Hey everyone, DarkMistro here, and this is a special vlog. This one's entirely based on Dragon Ball. That's right folks, as recently people may be aware, I have actually recently been playing a lot of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. And people may recall from my past video I was inviting people, the viewers who view me and my subscribers, whoever owns an Xbox One can feel free to come join me, and we're glad to do some parallel quests, co-ops, and maybe or depending on your liking the then we'd end up having a quick match just to see then how then you all are. And throughout the time of being on it is very fun, and many people got asked some time ago, and then which is my favourite race from all the entire selection, because inside the Xenoverse game there is Saiyan, male and female, Margin, male and female, Earthling, male and female, Namekian and the Frieza race. Now with the Frieza race and the Namekian race, there's just male. Them two ones. And pretty much and I basically just told them that my favourite one would have to actually be the good old Saiyans. Aye, because it really is pretty good of a race, and Saiyans are the only ones to be able to actually let you to actually let you become Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, and as I recently found out, Super Vegeta and Super Vegeta 2. And from that discovery, I decided to try and actually get the 2 Super Vegeta forms. Which is this guy here. See? Now this one is back from the Saiyan saga, is that model. Because unfortunately there don't seem to be a single one after that, so after the Frieza saga, when his outfit changes. Become more sleek. Anyway, moving on the line first then. So I also got asked as well, in the Xenoverse thing, which is your favourite ability? And I got asked which is my favourite super ability and which is my favourite ultimate. That would have to pretty much be, so far of what then I've done, my favourite super would probably have to be something like Final Burster, or Finish Blaster. I can't remember the name. It's second ability with being the student under Vegeta. It's a pretty decent move, and if you have a lot of ki behind you, in damage wise, you can pretty much do a lot of damage to lesser health people, as well as the higher up it can weaken them quite well. Doesn't do very well against grey tapes, as I found out when I snuck up behind one and I used it on his tail. Especially when he turned around and punched me in the face and sent me through a building. That did not do me much good. Okay, and as well folks, then I recently got up to level 80 as my main character, which is a male Saiyan, which is balanced in strike damage and in ki damage as well, but he pretty much remains purely into the close combat. So outside of it, the basic attacks is quite high stacked, but in the game as well, depending on what bits and clothing you actually buy from the stores, can actually buff you even further. And from that, I decided to take a different sort of slight path on my character, because I used to wear then the Wild Rider outfit for the health, basic attack and stride damage, which was a pretty good advantage to actually having, because it could actually increase my damage as well. get me a little bit more, as well, give me that extra bit of health. But after when I had a match with my clan leader, I had 2 matches with him. The first match ended up being a tie because I managed to time my ultimate just at the right moment, and I healed up beforehand, which just got me a little bit extra bit of health. And the second match I had with him, he actually used his key based outfit, yeah. And it is not particularly very pleasant being hit by any blast moves from that person. Yeah, it's very painful. And in case he is watching, it was a very good 2 matches. I hope in the future I can actually have another match with you when I actually get my gear and a bit more of my abilities unlocked from the power quests. And hopefully I might be able to actually have the Super Vegeta, hopefully. Alright, and another question is, have I actually done any online matches? Well, yes I have, but the majority of them I've lost, sadly. Yeah, because sadly in the Xenoverse online matches, you end up versing people who most like to call spammers, which basically just use one kind of attack all the time. It keeps them safe from damage, and if they hit you, it can do a ton of damage to you, and they constantly just keep using that same move. It is quite annoying, especially when you actually try and fight fair, where you actually try and fight with the 3 basic attacks, try and get in close, but unfortunately each time you manage to get in close, tap them once, they go behind you, and straight away, ultimate. They spam number again, and it continues on that entire loop. You can't get to them because of the invulnerable frame that's around them. If you can hit them, you actually get caught up in the ultimate, sending you flying away. Yeah, unless of course then you've got your evasion up in that case, then you probably can get away with it. Alright, and that's a few questions done, and you may notice there is some music playing in the background, but because since this is a entire Dragon Ball based one, I actually decided to have some music playing in the background that is Dragon Ball related, but you'll only just be able to hear it because due to copyright infringement like that. And basically, well, many people have in their memory of when they reached the maximum level in games. They can remember where they were, which mission it was, what attack finished it, and along them lines. Well, with me, I decided to do the I decided to do the final 10,000 experience, actually versing possibly actually one of the strongest opponents in the game. Before the DLC came out, and it was Goku, but as Super Saiyan God. And unfortunately, because I didn't have an Xbox One recorder, but fortunately for us, by the time then when this is released, this vlog, I would have actually ordered one, and I would have been getting myself ready to start doing some serious recording. And next month I'm going to be investing in a better headset for my Xbox One, because basically I use the headset that comes with the Xbox One. It's comfy, but unfortunately it's starting now to the comfy side of the earpieces as handled. Well, sadly they weren't any to begin with, and it's starting to now get irritating. And and from that little note, folks, then it's going to be back to the question which I was answering actually, then, with the lower 80 level up, the final level place. That actually was versing Super Saiyan Goku, as I already said, but unfortunately, because I didn't have an Xbox One recorder, I couldn't actually show people the actual final moments of that fight. Now, basically in that game it is quite hard to to get two ultimates to collide with each other. It is quite hard to do for some people, and for me it is once in a blue moon that ever happens. But in this fight, literally in the final part of it, about up in the space area, if you actually have the game, you'll know what I'm on about. If anyone doesn't have the game, then you're probably sitting there puzzled to high hell. But basically when was actually doing that final fight, they used their Goku Super Saiyan God used his ultimate, and I used my ultimate, which actually was Vegeta's Final Flash. I was Super Saiyan 2 at the time because it was the only way I could actually rival up to him in damage wise, and when that ended up happening, it ended up just me becoming, well, pretty much just ended up them both colliding with each of both attacks clashed in the middle. But somehow, and I do not know this to this very day, but somehow his ultimate wore off just before mine did, and mine ended up getting a strange boost suddenly, and it actually shot straight through, hitting him, and it actually finished him off. So the final moment was a huge epic ultimate blast clash that actually went through his abilities eventually, and it just dominated, wiped the floor of him completely, which is actually really good. And I didn't just have that alone, I actually had the music which is playing in the background now, which is a song called Hero, sung by the band Flow, I think. Yeah, from the Battle of the Gods, Dragon Ball Z animated film, and it just made that entire match far more epic than could ever be. Alright, so that is going to be it for now. I hope people have enjoyed it, and this will be linked into the community site which I joined a few days ago, probably I think a week now, or a bit longer. I'm not too sure, I didn't keep track of it. And yeah, and if any of you Dragon Ball Xenoverse players actually do like this video and you actually want to have a look at the community site, do feel free to put the link in the description then for people to come have a look at, and I'm sure that you will find a very warm atmosphere there, as I did. It's a really good place, friendly people completely, and they all have a common love of Dragon Ball, of the Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z. Not so much of GT, that's so much of like an urban myth which people would prefer to just forget. And then Battle of the Gods, and of course with the newest new Dragon Ball Z film coming out next month, Revival of F. It's going to be coming out in the April time. I think the sub version's coming out on an anime site on the 18th, I think, because the dubbed version's coming out in the 24th, 28th, something like that. Well then, but okay folks, so for me that much, I thank you very much for watching. To be have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are. See you all later, have a lot of fun.